Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great, having a blessed day. Technique Tuesday. So it is also the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So pretty big feast for the Americas. She's the patroness of America. So if you're not familiar with that, look it up. It's really good stuff, cool stuff. Say a rosary today. Okay. All right. So our trait that we're working on today is compartmentalization, which is our ability to effectively chunk an environment or situation into meaningful pieces and then focus on that which needs immediate attention. Okay, so it's our ability to chunk important information in an environment or situation and then focus on what needs immediate attention. Okay, so this is an important skill given our environment, what we're concerned with. If you'll remember when we're talking about active shooter response, kind of the principle that we chunk information in is by stopping the killing and then stopping the dying, meaning stop the killing, shoot the shooter, stop the dying, pack the wounded on the victims, right? And so that's kind of the process or the principles that we use for compartmentalization for an active shooter response. I know when I was in law enforcement, going basically to any scene, that helped me to simplify my job was that I followed a very simple process of chunking information at various scenes, and it became pretty habitual, even though each scene was relatively different. I could see the scenes more simply, and they became relatively the same in a sense of I have my priorities of what I need to do. Okay, so I'll share with you. Yeah, so my process would be make the scene safe, right? So if guns are involved, if that may involve shooting, it may involve force, it may involve just getting people seated or handcuffed for that job. Okay, so make the scene safe and then start working your problem. Okay, so if you get that backwards or out of order, or you're paying attention to working through the problem, meaning investigating, talking to people before the scene is safe, like where the people are, where their hands are at, and all those kinds of things, then you can get yourself in trouble, right? And so if you're dealing with a person of concern in your church and it's just a confrontation, you don't know what actually is going on then, that's a good principle you would use that in, where yes, you're going to basically contact and contain that person, separate them, not lose eyes on them, making sure that they don't have access to weapons and so forth. And then secondarily, you're going to start building rapport, kind of that interdiction strategies of understanding them, understanding what their concerns are and so forth, to see if you can de-escalate and so forth. And so those are kind of two ways of thinking about compartmentalization. For the challenge today, since it is Christmas time, I know a lot of us order online. I know I do, but hopefully you'll get out and about in crowds over this Christmas for this challenge. So the challenge is, I want you to think about, from a compartmentalization perspective, when you are out shopping in a crowded environment, in your mind's eye, kind of what if an active shooter occurred either 20 yards from you or inside the store, what would your ability to compartmentalize that and stop the killing, right, and then stop the dying? How would you do that? In what order? So kind of play through that in your mind's eye, and doing that in various locations in a crowded environment. Okay, so by doing that in a novel one that you're not used to, it will help you kind of process that information and get used to this trait of compartmentalizing, doing the most important thing and chunking information into those important tasks first, and then working your way through versus being overwhelmed by an exorbitant amount of information. So there is your challenge for the day. Hope y'all have a blessed one. Y'all take care. Bye.